Welcome to Sci-Fi Stories. If you love stories of courage and mystery, make sure to subscribe and join our growing community. The galaxy spent 12,000 years trying to unlock this ancient door. An 8-year-old human child solved it in seconds. The Grand Archive of Velera had stood for 12,000 years. Its crystalline walls preserved the accumulated knowledge of over 300 civilizations, each layer etched with history older than many stars. At its heart lay a sealed chamber, untouched since the precursors vanished into myth. The door bore a single inscription. One sentence. A sentence that had confounded the greatest minds of the galaxy for millennia. Who's there? The answer that opens. The silence that closes. Professor Thelnix had devoted 40 years of his life to this puzzle. Around him stood scholars from every corner of known space, philosophers, synthetic intelligences, historians, and mathematicians. Translation matrices glowed faintly, each one displaying failure after failure. "It's paradoxical," muttered a Centauran philosopher. "How can an answer be silence?" "Perhaps it's quantum-based," suggested a synthetic intelligence. "An answer existing in superposition until observed." Thelnix's 3 hearts sank. Another dead end. The Galactic Council had invested billions into this expedition. The archives were rumored to contain solutions to the stellar plague, a slow-moving extinction threatening countless inhabited systems. But the door remained sealed. Then a small voice cut through the academic murmuring. "It's just a knock-knock joke." Every head turned toward the human delegation. Dr. Sarah Martinez froze as her 8-year-old daughter, Emma, stepped forward. Allowing her child on the expedition during school break suddenly felt like a terrible mistake. "Emma, please," Sarah whispered urgently. "The adults are working." But Thelnix raised a crystalline hand. "Let the young one speak. We have exhausted every conventional approach." Emma walked up to the ancient door, ponytail bouncing. "See," she explained casually, "someone says who's there, then the other person answers, then you say that answer plus who, and they finish the joke." The gathered scholars exchanged confused glances. The Veleran translation algorithms struggled with the concept entirely. "Demonstrate," Thelnix said gently. Emma cleared her throat and spoke to the door. "Interrupting cow." Nothing happened. Scholars began turning away. Emma frowned and stomped her foot. "No, wait. Someone has to say interrupting cow who, but you interrupt them before they finish. That's the joke." She gently touched the inscription. "The answer that opens is when you respond," she said. "And the silence that closes is when you interrupt." The door hummed. Ancient mechanisms groaned awake. Crystalline circuits lit up for the first time in eons. The seal broke with a sound that was almost laughter. Light poured into the chamber. Thelnix stared in disbelief as the archive opened, revealing knowledge beyond imagination, data streams awakening after 12,000 years of silence. Above the doorway, new text appeared in flawless translation. "Congratulations. You remembered how to play." The chamber erupted into chaos. Scholars rushed forward. Others documented frantically. Sarah hugged her daughter, torn between shock and pride. Thelnix approached Emma and bowed low. "How did you know?" he asked softly. Emma shrugged. "My friends and I tell knock-knock jokes at recess. They're silly, but they make us laugh. I guess the precursors liked laughing too." The professor's translation matrix registered an emotion dangerously close to grief. For 12,000 years, they had treated the door as a test of intellect, of worthiness, of superiority. The precursors hadn't wanted the smartest to enter. They wanted someone who still remembered joy. As the archives revealed the cure for the stellar plague and technologies beyond imagination, Thelnix watched the human child explain knock-knock jokes to fascinated alien scholars. Her species had barely reached the stars. Yet they had retained something his people had lost long ago. They still played. Perhaps that was what made humans dangerous. Or perhaps, Thelnix realized, that was what made them human.